Greetings, everybody. Just want to talk about Marvel. Well, I always talk about Marvel, but apparently they canceled X-23, PunisherMAX, and Ghost Rider, which I didn't know they still made Ghost Rider comics. But yeah, and they also canceled Black Panther. I'm not really surprised about the Black Panther. I'm really not. Y'all know how big of a fan I am of Black Panther. The reason why I didn't like the new series, the Man Without Fear storyline, was because they stripped him of everything. He was a king. He was wealthy. Well, of course, if you're a king, you're wealthy. He had Storm, as a wife. He still has Storm as a wife, but he's an immigrant now since he lives in America. And yeah, that's the thing. He's an immigrant and he's has a low rate job as a manager at a restaurant. That's really degrading. That's like being a CEO and all of a sudden you're a regular employee. You're passing out mail or running errands, and it's really degrading, right? You go from a king, from a prince to a pauper, basically. He's a king, but from a king to a what are they called? What are they called? Peasant. A king to a peasant. Hey, but the reason why you guys Marvel are canceling these is because of sales. Now a lot. I want to focus on X-23 a little bit because a lot of people are talking about the female storylines, and there's not enough female leads in comics nowadays. I just found out that the Ghost Rider comic had a girl, a female lead. I didn't know that, so I can't really speak on it. But I can speak on X-23. There's so many X-Men titles. There's the X-Force, Uncanny X-Men, X Factor, X Play, Wolverine, the X-Men, my ex down the street, my ex-girlfriend. I'm just playing. Anyways, there's so many X-Men titles, and there's also so many Avengers titles. There's a Secret Avengers, Avengers Academy, Avengers Assemble, Avengers Origins, New Avengers. Well, actually, that's my favorite one, New Avengers. But still, you guys see what I'm saying, right? It's because they sell. Those comics sell. And if those Avengers titles sell, Marvel's the company. So what do you guys think they're going to profit off of? Avengers and X-Men. What are the two highest grossing Marvel movies? X-Men and Marvel's titles. Marvel Studios titles, Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America. But what comes out next year? The Avengers. And look how they're doing. They're selling. I wouldn't be surprised if Black Panther goes back to do an Avengers comic. Although I would like to see him in his own movie one day. But it's all about propaganda, guys. You got to think about what sells, and the comic industry is still a business. You can't go off of people's fandom like, oh, I like this comic, they should make more of that. No, you got to look at the profits. You got to look at the receipts. It's just like going to a store. Stores take inventory every morning when they see the products. They see what sells and what doesn't. And if that item that's selling less is, selling less apparently, they're not going to sell it anymore. So you got to look at the way. I wish I had the proper wording for it, but you guys understand what I'm saying, right? Other than that, hopefully we see Black Panther and Punisher, X-23, and Ghost Rider in future comics one day. They also canceled, Alpha Flight, and now it has a lot of great. All of them had great writers, though. The thing I didn't like about the Man Without Fear, I already said it earlier, was also the art. I didn't really like the art. The art from the previous Reginald Hudlin lines of story arcs of Black Panther were pretty dazzling. I'd say that. But other than that, those are the titles that Marvel canceled. And if you guys complain, companies don't go by what fandom, what the fandom wants. They go by on what's popular and what sells. Remember that.